That's what happened to me in my life. Almost for 3 to 4 years, I thought law of attraction doesn't work. Law of attraction doesn't work. I tried this, I tried that. It wasn't bloody working. But in last 1.5 years, when I understood its mechanics, when I understood its way of functioning, gradually things started happening in my life the way I wanted. Law of attraction is one such thing that I have seen so many people out there in the world who always talk about it, whether it works or whether it doesn't work, whether it is possible or not possible. So many confusions and questions about law of attractions are there. So in this video, we are going to talk about whether the law of attraction works or it doesn't work, what is the possibility, what are the limitations, what are the mechanics, how it works, whether it doesn't work. All kinds of clarity we will have on the law of attraction in this video. So before we understand whether the law of attraction works or it doesn't work, we must understand what actually is the law of attraction. Most of the people think that law of attraction means that if you desire something, if you want something, if you just think about it for a very long period of time, then it will happen. No, it doesn't work like that. There are very subtler aspects to it. There are very deep aspects to it to understand in the law of attraction. So to understand the law of attraction, there are 3 major principles based upon which law of attraction works. The number one, which is very much scientific, is of the quantum physics theory. The second one, which is the principle of the law of attraction, is based upon faith. And the third one, which is based upon commitment. So the rule of quantum physics, the rule of faith, and the rule of commitment. These are the 3 basic principles on which this law of attraction works, or this law of attraction functions. So according to the quantum physics, if you see anything which is created in this universe, which is physical in nature, is made up of different atoms. Either it is my body, or it is any kind of animal, or it is any kind of creature, or let's say this light, or let's say this room, or anything which is physically manifesting on this planet is actually made up of atoms which are there in the universe. So according to the quantum physics, in universe there are 2 kinds of atoms. One which is manifesting in the physical forms, which are very small. Maybe with this kind of physical eyes you would not be able to see what kind of atoms are there in the universe, but they are physically manifesting. Maybe there are some modern physical equipments with the help of which you have the possibility to see those atoms. And that's what most of the modern scientists are doing, that researching about the atoms. And the second form of the atoms which is there in the universe is in the form of waves. They are not physically manifesting. They are there in the universe in the forms of waves. They are there in the universe in the forms of vibrations. They are there in the universe in the forms of patterns, which have the possibility to turn and manifest into the physicality. So what actually the quantum of physics theory says, that if there is enough attention and enough focus is there on the universe with any kind of desire, and it is undisturbed for a very long period of time, then what happens is those waves and reverberations of the atoms start turning into the physicality. They start taking the forms, they start manifesting into the physical world based upon the kind of focus is being paid upon those atoms. When I say atoms, means you don't have to pay attention to the atoms. You have to pay attention to your desire. You have to pay attention to the things that you want. But it has to be very unbridled, it has to be very focused, it has to be very much undisturbed. Then only those waves, then only those reverberations of the atoms will manifest into the physicality. So this is the theory of the quantum physics, and that's how the law of attraction functions. The second rule of law of attraction is faith. When I say faith mostly work only for those people who are very simple-minded, who do not have so much of critical thinking, who do not have so much of logics and ratios and the possibilities and the probabilities. Because most of the times, if you observe your mind and if I observe my mind, you will see that if you have certain kind of desire and want, let's take a practical example. Let's say if I want a car which is of 20 lakhs rupees and which is out of my budget, and I do not know whether I'll be able to buy it or not. So if I have that desire, then my faith will get challenged by my mind. My mind wants to make calculation whether it is possible or it is not possible, whether it will happen or it will not happen, whether I have that much of money or I don't have that much of money. All kinds of questions will come in my mind, and the moment questions comes in your mind, your faith gets challenged, your faith gets disturbed, your positivity gets disturbed, because the moment you think that whether it is possible, at the same time you are saying that it will not happen. So faith simply works for those people who are very simple-minded, who do not have the critical thinking and the questioning and the reasoning. And that is why law of attraction does not work for most of the people, simply because somewhere doubts pop up in their mind. You can just simply observe yourself. Let's say you want somebody. For 5 minutes you will say, no God, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the 6th minute you will see, is it even real possible or not? Will it happen or not? Is it stupid or not? Does it really even fucking work or not? All these questions will come in your mind. Even if somebody gives you all strong explanations like I am giving, but next day you will all have the same kinds of negativities, most of the people. So law of attraction does not work for those people who are not in strong faith, who have very critical mind, who have reasoning mind, who have logical mind. They would not be able to figure out unless they understand the deepest science of how it works. If they understand, then all their questions will evaporate gradually. So that is the rule number 2 of the law of attraction, which is faith. Rule number 1 was the quantum physics theory. And the third one is for those who have a very critical thinking, is the commitment. When I say commitment, let's take again the same example that you want to buy a car which is of 20 lakhs rupees and which is out of your budget, and you do not know whether you would be able to buy it or not. But you are so strongly committed that I don't know whether I'll be able to buy it or not. I don't know whether it is possible or not. I don't know whether it will happen or not. Until I die, I'll achieve it. I don't know, death or alive. I will achieve it. I want to achieve it. I cannot live without it. If you have this kind of commitment, then law of attraction will start happening to you. Because what will happen in that moment is, again, the quantum physics theory will work in the scenario of commitment. Because quantum physics theory anyway works in the faith. Faith means no logical reasoning, no questioning, nothing, simple-minded desire. So what happens is your focus is unbridled, your focus is undisturbed. In that case, what happens? Your body start working in that direction. Your mind start working in that direction. Your energies start working in that direction. And gradually what happens is, when your focus is there on those waves and reverberation of the atoms, they start manifesting into the physical realities. And it doesn't mean that if you are imagining that I want a car and it will happen and it will pop up from the sky. It doesn't work like that. So law of attraction actually works like that. If your body is in certain commitment, your mind is in certain commitment, your focus is in certain commitment, and it does not know negativity, it has no kind of negative in its mind, then what will happen is those atoms will start manifesting into the physicality, and situations around you and the people around you and the things around you will start cooperating with you, and your dream will gradually turn into reality. So either it is faith, or it is quantum of physics law, or it is commitment. Because what happens in commitment is, when do or die you want to have it, then again your commitment will turn into faith. And the moment there is faith, your body will work in that direction, your mind will work in that direction. What happens generally in commitment is that once there is no room for the negativity, once there is no room for the doubt, then what will happen to your mind is, if there is any challenge, if there is any impossibility, if there is any kind of non-probability, what will happen? Your mind will seek only solutions. Your mind will not pay attention to the problems. It will only pay attention to the solutions. So that's how the law of attraction works. And these are the three basic principles of law of attraction. It works based upon the quantum physics theory, it works based upon faith, and it works based upon your commitment. And why most of the people are not able to get the benefit out of law of attraction is simply because you can observe your own mind. You will see that if you want something, if you have some desire, 5 minutes you think positive, second minute you start thinking negative. You have doubts in your mind, you have negativity in your mind, you have fear in your mind. And the moment negativity comes in your mind, what happens is the focus of you towards that thing gets broken, and your probability of manifesting those waves into the physicality reduces. It takes undisturbed faith, it takes undisturbed commitment, it takes undisturbed focus. Then only law of attraction works. Because that's what happened to me in my life. Almost for 3 to 4 years, I thought law of attraction doesn't work, law of attraction doesn't work. I tried this, I tried that. It wasn't bloody working. But in last 1.5 years, when I understood its mechanics, when I understood its way of functioning, gradually things started happening in my life the way I wanted. Law of attraction actually does not work immediately and directly. It works in a kind of, I would say, situations and circumstances. Law of attraction maybe would not work directly, but it will make your eyes open and so clear towards the positivity that if there is opportunity, you will immediately seize it for your dream and desires. So it doesn't work for those who have negativity. It works only for those who have unbridled positivity.